the AFC North and they get away.
First off, hats off to those guys, man. They played their heart out. They played smart, and I mean, it's always tough playing against the Steelers. Bunch of great competitors over there, great coaching. So you got to know the game is going to be like this. Like you said, every time. You know what to expect when you're playing against the Steelers. And we didn't play our best ball today.
What do you think went wrong in the second half with your unit?
No, I wouldn't say necessarily went wrong. They made plays. They made adjustments to certain things we were running. They made the plays. And we just got to play with better eyes. Better composure. And be smarter. With the ball, you can't turn the ball over, and you got to get off the field on third down. And I don't think we did neither one.
And on your pick, did you think you had a chance maybe when you popped away from a couple of guys down there?
I
Had
knew it
some
was
space?
close, man. That's one time I probably should have pitched it to Kerry. I heard him call and I put it in one hand, but myself just got the best of myself. And trying to make a play because these games are tight. And if we could have got more yards or something like that, maybe a field goal or something. But it is what it is. Y'all know what type of player I am. I figured I had a chance, and when I looked up, honestly, everybody stopped. So I probably should have stayed straight first and then cut back to the right when I saw that receiver. But it happened.
Ed, this defense has played so well to have Charlie Batch, your third stringer, come in here and do it against you guys. How surprising is that?
Not surprising at all. Maybe a little bit, but Charlie Batch is professional, man. I've been playing against him, and he's been on that team for a long time. He done seen Baltimore, a lot, a whole heck of a lot, and with Ben Roethlisberger in your ear, and having kind of 4, maybe 8 to 10 eyes on me, and knowing what I'm doing. He did some good ball movement, ball fakes, some pump fakes, that kind of moved me a little bit. But at the same time, like I said, we got to have better eyes. We got to look at ourselves, as individuals. This is a team sport, but I think we had a bunch of individual plays out there, not selfish plays, but individual things to where all of us could look back and say, man, if I'd have made that play, if I'd have did this, we could have been there. But like I said, man, Pittsburgh's a good team. I'm sure they have stuff they can correct too. And they got the better end of it. That's why it was a field goal to win the game at the end, So, I mean, we just got to regroup. We know this is a journey. We're going into the fourth quarter of this thing. We wanted to be, 4-0 in the third quarter, but we're not. Now we got the NFC coming up, with a tough Denver, New York, and Cincinnati, right there, and Washington next week. So, we got a tough schedule coming up, man. This is far from over. That's why it's called a season. It's kind of like life, So you got to be able to make adjustments, and go through things, adversity, and it builds character. So if it's going to be tough, we got to regroup from. We got to be able to regroup from it, as men.
Ed, the last 2 years, Super Bowl champs are that team that get it rolling in December. You've been through a lot of Decembers. What's that take?
Yeah, it's going to take us, not to fall apart after a game like this, especially after a team like this, playing against Pittsburgh, man. They're a tough team and smart, man. Those guys lost on their home turf against us. You didn't think they want to come here and come out with a win? If you look at the faces when they ran off the field, man, this wasn't the Super Bowl, So, I mean, yeah, we got a lot of frustration there, and guys are frustrated because we hate to lose, and that's the thing that eggs you. We hate to lose, man. So to see these guys frustrated, I know it's there, but at the same time, you got to be able to talk about that in the mirror, when you get home. And I think as a team, we have to do that. We have to go talk about it in the mirror because there's a lot of plays I know we all left out there, man. It was not one play or one person, that made the difference in that game. But if we all make our plays.
Were you surprised that they had so many guys that wide open?
No, not surprised, man. I wouldn't, they had guys chasing them. I wouldn't say it was wide open, but, they had guys chasing them. And, we just we got to be better, about what we're doing, schematically. They schemed us to some things, and you can see that. I know from a defensive perspective as a defensive player, I know certain things were schemed, like the quick throws at the end, So, I mean, they like I said, they made plays. There was a good coaching. We got to make adjustments. Like you said, there was some guys open. So who managed that? Whose zone is that? So we got corrections to make. If it was 13-34 and we lose, then I'll be answering that question differently. But, I mean, it didn't cost us much. You know, it really didn't cost us much, man. It cost us a loss today, but the season is still going. We're still in first place, you know, and we'll take care of things as these next 4 games go.
I know you always talk about the 24-hour rule, but is this one where you want players to kind of remember this to fuel?
We got Washington next week, man. I ain't even thinking about this. You know, Pittsburgh's a tough team to play. You know, that's a division game. You know, and division is always tough. You know, my focus now is on the Redskins. I can care less about this game. It's over.
Ed, how tough was it to see Suggs come off with the injury after everything?
Yeah, man, I saw that. You know, I don't know, you know, everything that's wrong with him, but I saw him going off, and I kind of shook my head, you know, and, you know, you hate to see that for anybody, but for Suggs to battle the way he did to get back and to have something like that, hopefully it's just minor, you know, but when I saw it, I was like, you know, I hate to see him go down like that, man.
In the sense of pretty much, all right, you let one get away here, but the key now not to make that matter.
Yeah, I mean, it matters. You know, you have to go back into the lab and study your tape, study your miscues. You know, how can we better the defense when they had guys open? You know, and what do we need to run more or less of? You know, I mean, so it's a lot of things that we're going to correct from this film. You know, we don't have an off day tomorrow. You know, so we have a lot of things we can get better off. You know, and that's what we got to do. You know, but like I said, I'm on to the next one. And I hope these guys are too. I know it's a hard pill to swallow, but, you know, you got to take it. You know, you don't win every game in this league, you know, and you don't lose them all. You know, we've been on a little run here. You know, like BP said, yeah, it's a humble pie, you know, sort of say. But it wasn't, I don't know how humbling that is to lose to, you know, last-minute field goal to your division twins, sort of say, you know, man. They're a tough team, man. They have a bunch of grown guys over there, smart guys, you know, with a great coach, man. You know, and Coach Tomlin, you know, and Coach Dick LeBeau. You know, I know those guys over there, man. So, you know, I don't know them personally like that, but, you know, I mean, they're good coaches.
Hey, you mentioned Washington. What are your early impressions of Robert Griffin?
He's an awesome athlete, man. Robert Griffin is an awesome athlete. I'm a fan of his, you know, when we're not playing, you know, but he's a great athlete with a lot of great weapons around him. You know, we have some challenges, you know, with those guys coming. You know, us going over there, man. It's going to be a challenging football game.
When you watch the highlights, do you get hungry to play against a player like that?
No, man. I'm usually probably eating when I'm watching the game, you know. But no, man. I mean, it's going to be fun. You know, I mean, I played Mike Vick in college. You know, I played against Vick in the pros. You know, which he's, you know, the same type of athlete, running and throwing. You know, but I mean, he's having a great year right now. Like I said, we're gonna have our hands full with Robert Griffin and those athletes.